We are very happy to welcome you all here. Thanks to Alex that we have the opportunity to talk in front of you and present you our latest developments. So, we will shortly talk about who we are, then go a little bit into the technical details of where we came from, where we started, and show you the latest developments of our two most recent plugins, which will help you hopefully to tackle the IEC 61850 configuration. Shortly, I have to present it here. We are BearingPoint. We are 60,000 employees. If you have any questions, just get in touch with us. And that's it from our side. Here we have David, and he's my most important software architect in the CoMPAS project, and he is focusing on cloud native solutions, has a strong focus on creating really business solutions, what the customer wants, and he's lifelong learning guy. That's true. And I'm Stefan Baumgartner. I'm working for BearingPoint as well. I have more or less 10 years experience in the system automation. I'm a clear 6150 follower and innovator in the energy sector, and I'm an active member of IEC and NCE committee work. I love open source, like you can see here. And that's it from my side. The latest or the interesting thing here is we are working across borders, so we are a team in Stuttgart, as well as our developers are from Austria, from different locations, and it's a quite nice team, and it's my happy place where I like to work at. So, and now this is your part. We will go a little bit more into the details of what did you with CoMPAS and what was the journey.
Thanks a lot. Actually, I'm the only architect of Stefan, so it's easy to be the best one. Basically, we encountered CoMPAS 1 year ago, more or less. CoMPAS was for us quite, what is it? What are we doing here? Especially from the technical point of view. Stefan always knew what he is doing, but we as developers, we struggled a little bit to understand the complexity, to understand the history of the architecture, to get into the system. I put just some names on it, but Christian and Steven explain it quite well what this really is. Okay. We dig deep in the code, since as technicians, code is the truth. If you look at it, you most of the time get what it is. You try to understand it, but there is always much more behind it. So we try to put everything on a higher level, and then we started to do code due diligence. Of course, we had our parameters, we analyzed it, we checked the standard security stuff, technology, frameworks, versions, and tried to find out how stable is it, how good is it working. And also, always with this idea to understand what does the system do, how can we use it, and how can we create the best for concept BW, since that's actually we are working primarily for. And with this information, we gathered everything, we talked to the client, and then the next step was for us go in contact with the community. And there actually, we realized actually there's a lot more around it. We found really nice people. We are still having a lot of fun, discussions. They are really open-minded. So if you think about CoMPAS OpenSCD or in a similar direction, just contact the Zulip chat we saw before. It's a great place to get more deeper and easy. And these guys are experts. You can really learn a lot from them. Of course, it's worldwide. The collaboration goes all over the world, which was quite new to me. And also for us as company, or actually, for us as company, since open source is not our main business. And of course, it was suddenly, we got the information we have always been looking for. Why is CoMPAS created this way? Why is CoMPAS OpenSCG created that way? And it was so easier. And since then, actually, it was way easier to introduce new features, to get an idea, to improve everything. And also add additional features, as we will see later on. Yeah. Here are just a couple of things. Of course, we are enterprise software. Maybe, yeah, we're doing all year long. So actually, our main, from a technical point of view, maybe that's a better way to say it. From a technical point of view, of course, we always go and try to modularize it, to clean code, to refactor code, to make it more stable, to split it up, to have easier working. And with always with the main goal actually, and that's simplicity key, always try to make it more adaptable, to do faster development inside this universe. And yeah, the funny thing, what I didn't mention yet, for us as newbies, actually, we are still the newbies in the community. For us, it's I'm not sure, but for us, it's easier to understand to see the complexity of the whole project. And that's why actually we will try to focus the next couple of months, maybe even years, to just see the complexity and try to reduce it so that if newcomers come in, they find a really nice place, they find a nice way to entrance, and yeah, that's yeah. There was some other work we are trying. Yeah, actually, I guess nobody mentioned it here today, but also 2 days ago we had really a nice meetup. We actually, most of the steps we agreed fully on together. So like to clean up the OpenSG, to introduce or to commit on the standard, which was really quite important step. And these are now the next steps we are trying to take. And if you go on the next step, these are actually again our action points, like clear up the project. It's a strong commitment of us, so that if you go on the, doesn't matter which page on GitHub, you always see, you have always a feeling on what is it, how can I contribute, how can I use it. We would like to address these questions. Prioritizing quick hands-on experience, so enter fast project. Introduce customization concepts, which for me is kind of key, so that each customer can fast start with his own version of OpenSCG or CoMPAS, and of course accelerate the development. This is actually, if the faster you can develop stuff, the easier it is to bring new people in, and also for us, for the daily work we want to do. And with this all aspects, actually we try to introduce a different approach maybe on CoMPAS. And that's actually what my colleague will present us now.
All right, thank you, David. Now we come a little bit more to features we are currently developing. They are in progress, and they are around at 80–90%. They will be available soon at our, or not our, it's the Transcend BW distribution, but it's everything open source. And talking about Transcend BW, special thanks to Christian, Marcel, and Reza, who could not attend today. But yeah, they were great partners and good sponsors for the very good, hopefully, solution for everyone. And we now will talk about the engineering wizard and the new template generator. Keep in mind, this is an open source project. There are different ways to do some things, and this name, template generator, is in some different varieties available in the plugin store. And yeah, it depends what you want to do with that template generator, and yeah, what you like more. It's more a thing of taste and not that it's right or wrong. So the engineering wizard, I will go a little bit more into detail. What will it do? So we are introducing a new way of using OpenSCD, because currently OpenSCD is an plug-in, more or less chaos, we have to say, because only experts know how to use the right order. Now we tackle that issue by using a step-by-step guided engineering workflow you can by yourself create. And this will simplify, hopefully, the very complex standard and the engineering process using IC 61850. And afterwards, we will go into the topic of the new template generator, where we have a completely new UI concept with a hopefully now a continuous data modeling process, which will hopefully increase the reusability completely, so that you don't have to click a lot, but have done once the data model and then have a standard or templates types you can really reuse easily very often. So now we will go into the engineering workflow. Here on the right hand side you can see all or a subset of plugins you can use, and of course everyone in that room knows here, okay, I have to use, I don't know, this plugin at first and then this one, because they are somehow linked together. But in the end, it's hard to know it if you don't have a lot of experience in that tool. And we want to mitigate this issue with the engineering wizard. So it's a chaos right now. The user itself has no clue what he has to do. And our approach is, like I mentioned before, that you now have a more or less guided workflow which you can create by yourself, and it's completely documented. And if you are not the engineer who will do the work tomorrow, then you have another engineer who can also follow these processes. So what you can do is to set the different plugins in your order you want, and save it, and all will be stored in the SCL file. So you will have it always with you in the SCD file or SCL file, so it depends. And that's the main approach of this guided engineering workflow. So coming a little bit more into detail, there are two steps. First of all, I have to order the plugins. I have to say, okay, first of all, I need plugin A, then plugin C is necessary, and afterwards, for the finish, I have to do another plugin. All can be arranged via drag and drop. You can see here on the right-hand side all available plugins within CoMPAS or OpenSCD. And in the end, it's a completely generic user-defined engineering process. So if you are, as TSOC, want to build your own engineering process, then do it. It's possible already if you have the right version here. So this is a little bit more into detail. We have two TSOs. We start always somehow, and then we have the plugin B as at the TSO Y side, and the TSO X says, oh no, I need plugin T at first, and you can arrange it easily. It's just for a better overview, and hopefully it will help most of the people using OpenSCD. Coming a little bit more into the details, what features or functions do we have included here? So first of all, like I already mentioned, this is the first step, and afterwards we have the stepper function, more or less we say to that, so that you have here, for example, all your 4 plugins, and if you start with the substation plugin, afterwards with the IAD plugin, and here on the right hand side you're able to change the step to the next or to the previous plugin. Of course, there's also the possibility to see via hover functionality the current state, meaning, okay, if there is everything included via rules, which is not implemented right now, but it will come soon, then you have somehow everything is good and it's successful, or there will be a warning or as well an alarm. So these are the main ideas of the engineering wizard. We will come now to the outlook, like I already mentioned, the validator and rules. And we hope that we will be able to use the OCL rules, meaning that we support the IEC 61850 6-3 standard, which is, or was published some months ago, I think. And so the idea is that you as user of OpenSCD and from this plugin will be able to create your own rules, meaning that you, for example, can say, okay, my logical device needs at least 3 logical nodes. If this is not fulfilled, then there will be a warning. Or, for example, if you say, I need the IP address in a specific address range, then this will also be possible. So this is just a mock-up you see here, but we will implement it quite soon, hopefully until the end of the year. So now that we talked about the engineering wizard, you know now what we are able to do with OpenSCD in, hopefully 2 months for you, so that it's published on the CoMPAS side. And we also have the template generator, which is new. As I already mentioned, there is a user-centric UI right now, and it's more intuitive, and we followed very, very strongly the drag and drop concept. So meaning that we now will be able to configure our logical node types as well as our data object types and so on with the new template generator plugin. Special thanks also to Open Energy Tools from Jakob Vogelsang, where we had the SCL lib we adapted and used somehow. And I would love to go now more into detail. What are the details of our template generator? So first of all, we have here the list of all our created logical node types. And here on the right side, you can add a new logical node type. So now you can choose the logical node class you want to create, and afterwards you have to also give him an ID. It's completely as the standard wants it. Here now you see the new UI where we have, for example, on the left-hand side 2 data object type references, and I want to go a little bit more into detail, but what I want to emphasize here is that we have now an edit mode and a view mode. Currently we are in view mode because the edit mode is disabled, meaning in the view mode now you only see the data object types, data attribute types and enum types of this now somehow created logical node. You know, the LLN 0, for example, has more than these data objects, which is possible for him, but we only have here the ones which are really referenced. So, and this somehow changes right now, because if I now press the edit mode button, then I see all the possible, let's say data object types I can reference to this logical node class according to 7-4 from the standard. So what I can do then here, and I see it here already, this is mandatory, and this means that I want to use it and it's optional. I want to go a little bit more into detail in the next slide, so that you see, okay, what's the idea hinter the complete template generator and the small icons. So first of all, like I already mentioned, there is the mandatory sign and the optional selected one. So this will be also in the data model. Then we have here, for example, the ability to unlink it again. That's only possible, for example, for the optional data object references. We have here the CDC description, and here we see if it's a DO, DA, and so on. And a very, very cool and special feature is here that we are able to somehow assign default values, meaning we have a set of default for each CDC DO type, and then it's able to only by one click say, okay, I don't care what it's completely inside, I have my default values, and it's okay for me if I just use the default references and data object, data attribute, enum references. And what I can do as well is to click here to show the linked data types. So then I'm again a little bit more into the data object type assigned. So and now I see here at health, for example, this is now green, meaning that it's selected, in the meaning that I can see, okay, this now is included in that data object type. So this will hopefully make the work with the standard much more easier if you really want to build your own data model in the end. Yes, and I think now this is one of the last slides. So for example, if we here choose ENS as data object, it says me, okay, I only can drag and drop it to health and, for example, behavior. You see it also here on these, on this type description, and it's quite helpful because beforehand it was very, very ugly or complicated to somehow link the data object type to the logical node type in the end. All right, then in summary, the engineering wizard and the template generator simplified hopefully the complete IEC 6150 configuration. So the engineering process should be way much easier, faster, and it's more user friendly, and we want to increase the reusability, the transparency, of course, as well. And what's very important, which I didn't mention before, we will have less errors due to the fact that we have a higher standardization and use of already created types. Hopefully IEC 6150 will also make it more available than for a larger user group, and you can easily create your own IEC 6150 substation. This is just the beginning, so we would love to get in touch with you, share your feedback with us, or give us any ideas. We are a very, very nice open source community, and just contribute. Thank you.
Yeah, if you have any questions, just let us know.
Thank you for this presentation. So I will have two really technical questions. I am Camille Bloch and I am working in IEC 6150 development. I am in the working group and I am specialized in the SCL part. So, first question, you said that you already have implemented the OCL rules? No, okay, this is planned for the future?
It's planned for the next.
Okay, and you are expecting to use RISE clips to do that, or do you want to...
Yes, that's also on our scope, that we will assess it and then hopefully implement it.
Okay, and second question, so for the data type templates, you are based on the NSDs?
We have it included, yes, completely.
And so with the capability to import a new NSDs if needed. Okay,
yes.
Great, thank you.
Somebody else?
Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. Small question about the default selection of attributes that you presented. Is it based on only mandatory DA selection, or is it most used, or what you recommend should be used?
It's more in between. So you don't only have your mandatory things, but you have more or less a type you once specified, and they then you say, okay, this is my default for, I don't know, the CDC ENC, for example, or for the LLN 0. This is my default then. If I, for example, have a new LLN 0 which is not referenced, I can just click and say, okay, you just default, I don't care, you are just the normal default version of the LLN 0. So it's much more, I don't know, how you then assign it and create it.
Okay.
But the idea is that you have more reusability in the end.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So just for clarification, the plugin does not come with any predefined data type defaults that you recommend people to use.
No,
I have to define my own.
You have to find it by your own.
Thank you.
Maybe to add, later on with CoMPAS, you have the possibility to load your own company-wide data types, like Sim blend.
Any more questions? If not, then thank you very much from our side, and enjoy the summit.